The summer before my senior year, the superintendent of Tracy Unified School District had asked West High if it was possible to bring Special Olympics back to San Joaquin District. For some context, Special Olympics is an event that brings special education students from across the county. So this is many students from many different high schools to participate in organized sports. Some of these games included soccer, or races on the track, or long jump, or even long throw. And as that year's upcoming ASB president, I knew that I wanted to make this event as memorable as it possibly could be for every single participant. However, with less than 2 months of time, limited money, and a limited amount of resources, I knew I was in for a challenge. So I dedicated that summer to planning, organizing, and creating Merrill F. West High School's very first Special Olympics of over 20 years. I began with creating weekly meetings for fellow students, administration, and teachers to attend. This allowed us to get the permits that we needed to actually hold Special Olympics in our stadium. And then we began to find and gather supplies and create a schedule of what would actually happen during the day. Then, other students and myself traveled across town to ask for donations. We went to local markets and we went to stores because we knew with the limited amount of money that we had, any donation would be very much appreciated, and it would also mean that we wouldn't have to spend the money somewhere else and we can use it for something that we didn't get a donation for. Finally, I did not want this event to go unnoticed. So I contacted local newspapers and vendors to join West High on this very spectacular day. So soon, the day of Special Olympics had arrived, and the stadium was full of members of our community. And they were supporting our athletes with pom-poms and cheering and everything you could ever imagine, and our athletes had so much fun. What I think was the coolest part, though, was some of our classes even took a break from learning, but just for a day, to join us at the stadium and made sure every single athlete felt seen. Through this experience, I learned that leadership isn't just about taking on a task alone, but rather bringing people together for a shared purpose. By advocating and organizing an event that I felt strongly about, I was able to discover that I don't see a challenge as something I can't overcome, but something that I need to find a solution for. I discovered that I enjoy solving problems and finding creative solutions when it may seem that there is no other way to solve it. And I realized that I look at a challenge by its solution, and I never give up until I find one. This event showed me how meaningful it is to create opportunities for others to be seen and valued, and that lesson shapes the way that I approach leadership and service to this very day. Thank you so much.